was real, the fact remains that you have to be very security conscious. You have to protect yourself. You have to be conscious of where you're going, what you're doing, how you're moving. If possible, please try not to stay out late. If we no go see us, but we'll continue trying our best to ensure that we try not to attract these bad things to happen to ourselves. There isn't much we can do. Some people are already calling on God, while others are saying, no, that's not what we should do. Others are saying we should hold the government accountable. Whatever it is, do what you can to protect yourself in the little way that you can. Weapons, guns are not legalized in Nigeria, so you cannot say you want to get guns and all of that. Even if they were legal or legalized in Nigeria, these things are very expensive. So, but be security conscious. Please be security conscious. Always leave your security lights on outside your house. If you do not have that, please install security bulbs. If you can afford to get CCTV cameras, please get that. Talk to your children, talk to your wards, tell them to be security conscious at all time. Be very conscious of the kind of people that come into your community. Any suspicious looking person, please report them to the police station around your community. Be security conscious and do what you can to safeguard yourself. Now, this is the evening rush, and as usual, we'll be having very important conversations right here on the program. I do have my analyst, Mr. Joseph Folorenshaw, sitting right across from me, and in the course of the conversation, I'll be talking with Kuga Samuel Ungwanen from Chachanji, Takum local government area of Taraba State. He's currently a PhD student at the Ekiti State University with a research focused on John Hicks' philosophy of religious pluralism as a panacea for ethno-religious conflict in Taraba State. Now, we do know that Taraba is also one of the states that has been hard hit by insecurity, and we'll be talking about that today as well. We can't get tired of talking about it. That is, unfortunately, that is currently the status quo in Nigeria at the moment. We cannot get tired of calling the government to do the work of protection of lives and properties and the work of good governance that they promise Nigerians. In the meantime, let's start off the conversation with NYSC. NYSC has been trending for a while because many core members are being deployed to states in the north, states that are ravaged by insecurity. Now, core members are still being deployed to Borno State, to Niger, to Benue, to Plateau State. And one would wonder, is it that some of the people in authority are tone deaf? Are they not seeing what is going on? Are they not understanding what is going on? That they are still deploying people to these states that are ravaged by insecurity. I mean, it was just this morning you were hearing that over 100 students were abducted and taken into the forest by armed terrorists. In Kwara State, a church was invaded and they made away with over 35 people. In Plateau State, insecurity is ravaging the whole place. In Taraba State, it's the same. In Kebbi, it's the same. Several parts of the northwest and the northeast have been ravaged by insecurity. And then you go to your NYSC portal and see that NYSC has deployed you to Borno State. And the core members are asking, to go and do what? That's the question. To go and do what in Borno State? What change are you expecting these people to go and foster in that place when they will be in fear for their lives? And then some of them say they are told that, oh, as far as you are in the Maiduguri camp, you are safe. How can you guarantee the safety of core members if the safety of a brigadier general in the Nigerian army was not guaranteed, Mr. Joseph Folorenshaw? How can you tell the NYSC core members that their lives are safe in camp if our military men are being ambushed when they go on missions to rescue abducted people? We saw the other day when military men were they were on a mission to abduct the girls that were kidnapped in Kebbi State, and they were ambushed. They were ambushed, and you needed to see the injuries. We couldn't even post the videos on social media because you had to blur the video before you posted. So the question is, what is going on with NYSC? Is it that, the people at the top, are they not looking at this thing well? Is it even time for NYSC to be scrapped? Is it time for us to let go of this scheme? Is it still serving Nigerians? Is it really serving Nigerians? Now, still talking about NYSC, there were recent pictures, that came up. These pictures are not actually recent because personally, I have an excerpt from the picture on the NYSC booklet, and I've had it in my phone gallery since last year. Now, this is one of the a booklet handouts that's given to NYSC core members when they're in camp, for you to acquaint yourself with how NYSC works, what you can do around the camp, just for you to know what happens. You know, it's like when you get into school, they give you a handbook just to know how things function around there. Now, number 66, the number 66 item on this particular book, the numbers might be different depending on how the handbook is printed. The topic or the headline here says advisory action when kidnapped or taken hostage, not if. Mr. Joseph, advisory action when kidnapped or taken hostage, not if. You know, and it says if kidnapped, the following tips should prevail. A, do not resist armed kidnappers. B, keep calm and be patient. C, do not antagonize your captors. Be polite and operate with reasonable regards. Give reasonable cooperation to your abductors. D, establish a personal relationship with your captors as early as possible. E, the kidnappers may ask for contact persons. Do not mention your place of work, but your close friends and parents. They will reach them to negotiate for your release. F, advise your friends involved in negotiation they should be friendly with your captors. G, be prepared for the natural reaction of the shock. H, mentally note all you can about your abductors, and if moved, the length of time in transit, direction, sound, smell, and any other information. I, take no risk by attempting to escape. Do not be a hero. This was written in capital letter and in bold. Do not be a hero. No go they do say you want to collect their gun, fight them. You know be James Bond, you know be 007. J, keep fit with mental exercise. And K, make no statement to the media after your release without official clearance, but share your experience with close associates. Now, on another part of the same handbook, maybe shared in another camp, the E here says, when traveling in high-risk roads such as Abuja, Kaduna, Abuja, Lokoja, Okene, or Aba, Port Harcourt roads, alert your family members, friends, and colleagues in order to have someone on hand to pay off the ransom that could be demanded. And guess what, Mr. Joseph? Recently, the NYSC came out with a statement to say that is a fake, that the handbook that has been circulated is fake, and that it did not originate from them. Now, many Nigerian core members hopped on that particular post that was made on Twitter and started showing pictures of the handbooks that they were given in camp to say, this is actually NYSC handbook. Why are you denying that it is not the NYSC handbook? And so why does it seem that some of our institutions have this culture of denial when it seems that it will look as if they are being caught in a lie when they come out? Why would NYSC deny that this is not from them? The NYSC actually posted a press release yesterday on Twitter, now called X, on their official handle, official NYSC NG. This is a verified handle with 302.4 thousand followers. It says circulation of fake safety NYSC pamphlet advocating ransom payment. The attention of the management of the National Youth Service Corps NYSC has been drawn to a purported NYSC pamphlet advising corps members to pay ransom in the event of kidnapping. While a similar document was presented to management for consideration by a consultant in 2021, it was not adopted by the scheme. Management therefore wishes to make it clear that the document being circulated is not an official NYSC publication and does not represent the scheme's policy regarding staff and corps member security. As such, it should be ignored. The NYSC management remains committed to the welfare, security, and safety of its staff and corps members and will continue to collaborate with security agencies and other stakeholders in this regard. Nigeria is ours. Nigeria will serve. Thank you. Now, many corps members, many people who have served before, many people who are currently serving, now filled the comment section with their own pictures of this handbook. So the question is, who is it the corps members that are lying, or is it NYSC that is giving us false information? Because we need to know. Again, what I read out to you says advisory action when kidnapped or taken hostage, not even if. Does it mean that we have normalized abduction and kidnapping to the extent that we expect it to happen and still our minds and say, oh, I know they're kidnapping on that road, I'm going to pass regardless. Then when I'm going, I'll tell my mother, oh, mommy, You know that your petty trading that you are doing, just try to keep like 50 million aside just in case they kidnap me. Has NYSC outlived its youthfulness? Now, this is not the only issue we'll be talking about today, but I would want to hear your opinion on this, and also on the NYSC debunking this, that this is not part of their handbook. As the NYSC outlived its youthfulness? Why is usefulness? Why does the NYSC keep posting people to what we could call war-torn zones? Borno, Taraba, Benue, Plateau, Kogi, Kwara, all these different places, and even some parts of the southeast that's experiencing insecurity, unknown gunmen and the rest. It's a lot of non-state actors who are involved in disturbing Nigerians with instances of insecurity that we cannot even count them all. Is it time for us to scrap the NYSC scheme? Now, the second issue we'll be talking about is this breaking development that was actually revealed by Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, and also Omoyele Sowore, who is a human rights activist, saying that Nnamdi Kanu has been secretly transferred to a prison in Sokoto State. That's the Sokoto State Correctional Center. Aloy Ejimako posted this at about 12 minutes past 4 p.m. today on his verified Twitter handle, saying, breaking, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has just been moved from DSS Abuja to the correctional facility prison in Sokoto, so far away from his lawyers, family, loved ones, and well-wishers. The main Nigerians are asking the question, saying, look, is it right that he has been moved? Yesterday, the judge said he should be put in protective custody. That's Sokoto State he's been taken to. Is that the protective custody? The Southeast leaders are pushing for a political solution. Is this the right time to be pushing for that political solution? Is it that they've been speaking and no one is listening, or they just now understood just how detrimental the case of Nnamdi Kanu is to maybe to the people of the Southeast or to the Southeast leaders? Now, human rights activist and former presidential candidate Omoyele Sowore has confirmed that the administration of President Bola Tinubu has secretly transferred IPOB leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a correctional facility in Sokoto State, warning that the move poses severe risks to his safety. Sowore made this known today, a day after Justice Mobolaji Omotosho convicted Kanu on 7-count charges and sentenced him to life imprisonment. Speaking today, Sowore in a post accused the Nigerian government of implementing a covert plan to isolate Kanu in what he described as a notorious prison in northern Nigeria. Sowore says, yes, they have already planned it. Their intention since yesterday was to move Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to a notorious prison based in the northern part where his safety cannot be guaranteed. I can confirm now that he's already in Sokoto prison. According to Sowore, government officials feared that placing Kanu in Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja would turn the facility into a pilgrimage ground for supporters from across the southeast. Sowore writes further, they openly said he would become a king if taken to Kuje Correctional Center in Abuja because according to them, Igbo people and his supporters would turn Kuje into a place of pilgrimage. That is why they are desperate to keep him far away, isolated and vulnerable. According to Sowore, that's to say, no one would travel far away to Sokoto in order to see Kanu. But if he's in Abuja, quite a number of people might want to go and see him, and they might treat him like a revered king or the freedom fighter that some people perceive him to be. Sowore further writes, it is also why they activated their cronies to start selling the illusion of renewed hope for MNK, a psychological tactic to keep the public calm while they execute their darkest agenda. Their plan is simple. It is to keep your hopes alive just long enough for him to die in custody. They have no intention of releasing him, not even for political calculations or electoral convenience. I have said it before without fear. MNK's greatest enemies are the politicians from his own region. They fear his influence, they fear his connection to the people, and they want him silenced permanently. That is why they fought tooth and nail to frustrate our #Free Nnamdi Kanu Now protest. Do not say I did not warn you. This is actually coming from human rights activist Omoyele Sowore speaking on Nnamdi Kanu situation. Now, while we are still talking about terrorism, let's look at the different incidences of terrorism that has taken place since Monday, starting with the abduction of 25 girls from the Maga Government Girls Comprehensive Secondary School in Kebbi State. On Tuesday, it was the attack on CAC Church in Kwara. Yesterday was Thursday, right? Between Wednesday and Thursday now, we're hearing about Niger State, quite a number of people. Then there are other incidences of insecurity that we do not even know about. While we try to get in touch with Samuel from Taraba State, I want to actually hear your opinion on what we've talked about from from NYSC to Nnamdi Kanu to this pervading insecurity all around Nigeria. Mr. Joseph Folonsho, good evening to you. How are you doing?
Well, thank you very much for having me. I'm fine, and if not because of, I would have been fine, but because of the news everywhere, kidnapping, killing of some innocent individual, it is difficult for me to tell you that I'm fine here, while other people are in the hand of some individual who, to some extent, because of their action, animal are far better than what they're actually doing. Because why should you kill another person, another human being? Or why should you go and kidnap children or students from their learning environment and you take them to the bush? For me, let's start with the NYC. I think the NYC are being very honest, Choma, to tell you that although you said that maybe they are saying that press release is not from them, but for me,
it's actually like a handbook that they give to them.
But for me, they have been very honest. I think we need to thank them for being honest. That not the issue of if, don't talk of when. If when you are kidnapped, this is A, B, C that you should do. Then secondly, I think people should equally know that with that statement, from the statement of NYC, they say yes, they did something, and the consultant is going through some of write-up, and it's equally possible that the handbook was leaked from the NYC consultants, so which means that maybe they are yet to approve it, but it's still from what they are thinking of sending to.
No, they said it wasn't approved and they didn't print it, and that the people who are saying that they got it, that is a lie.
But he said that he sent something to a consultant from the statement that you read.
That the consultant sent it, and then they later did not use it, they later did not print it. So the question is, the people who said they got it in the NYSC camp, where then did they get it from?
How managed that the thing leak, the information link between the consultant and NYSC office? So Choma is neither here nor there. For me, they didn't deny that thing. They are just telling you that you should use your tongue to count your teeth. Then secondly, issue of kidnapping. There was a time, was it not last year, that about 5 couples were kidnapped. We know the challenge that that thing put on the doorstep of the family, because we were not there for those couples. What I mean by we're not there is everybody just continue his own business, and we started praying for them. So that's those that are even Libra. Some of us just continue on our business, and say, okay, maybe that is their own turn, and that's the reason you say, well, if the word when is there, it's just like today, every one of us will continue to pray. You don't know when something like that will happen to you, because there's no assurance. And for me, and that's the biggest challenge is, some of the agencies will tell they will have a press release and say, please, Nigeria, everybody should go about his normal business. We are on top of every situation, and we ensure that everyone is safe. But before they even finish the statement, you hear that someone has been kidnapped or someone has been killed, and they will not come out and apologize and say, okay, we'll give assurance to everybody. And so for me, it's just it's a pathetic situation, and to some extent, this is avoidable incident or issue. It is completely, we don't have business being on this kind of position. And the other thing is, I think with what is happening with the issue of kidnapping now, we now look at it that the Evan that is in prison is just an amateur. It's an amateur.
That's why there's the question, should it be scrapped? Anyway, we've now been joined by our other guest. How are you doing today, Mr. Samuel? Good evening to you.
Good evening, ma. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's good to hear from you.
Yes, ma.
All right. This is Mr. Kyuga Samuel Ongwanen from Chachanji.
Yes.
Yes. Local government area of Taraba State. You're currently a PhD student at Ekiti State University. And
Yes, ma'am.
your research focuses on John Hicks' philosophy of religious pluralism as a panacea for ethno-religious conflict in Taraba State. Now, with the conversation about terrorism increasing in the past few months, especially with the renewed focus from the international community since U.S. President Donald Trump spoke about this situation, we're also getting to know that it is not even all incidences of insecurity that the media reports, because it is so rampant that we cannot even get to hear about everything. Tell us about Taraba State. It's recently been in the news for insecurity, but tell us about what we do not know. We know about what's happening in Plateau State, at least in some places. We know about what's happening in Kebbi, in Benue, in Kwara right now, and in Niger State, what just happened yesterday. But tell us more about Taraba, the communities in your state, around your villages, other communities around, the Middle Belt, the Northeast, the North Central, the Northwest, that we may not be privy to, that insecurity and terrorism has actually ravaged.
All right. Thank you very much for inviting me to this meeting. Well, we are facing a lot in Taraba State. I would have said the whole Taraba State is an IDP camp now. The whole state is an IDP camp because there are lots of attacks in Kanu local government, in the South local government. Like in the South local government now, there is a tribe called the Kute. They have not been resting from the perpetual attacks from the Fulani herdsmen. In fact, there is no village in the ruling government that is resting because the Fulani have been attacking them every day. That is in Sa. And then we have the place in Nnamdi. Nnamdi is a local government in Taraba State. They have been experiencing incessant attacks from Fulani herdsmen. There is nobody there that is resting. And then the recent one, the attacking the Fulani herdsmen again, they have been attacking them. In fact, there is nobody in that attacking, specifically in Chanchangi ward, that is sleeping with their eyes closed. Even this evening, there was a place that was attacked. Benova was attacked by the Fulani herdsmen. This evening, as I'm speaking to you people now. So there is no place in Taraba State. I'm just trying to be specific. But there is no place that people are sleeping with their two eyes closed. In fact, the farmers are not going to their farm because the Fulani herdsmen have turned their farms to grazing land. The people don't go to farm again because and people don't sleep with their eyes closed because the Fulani herdsmen can attack at any time. They attack, they kill people. Just yesterday, a woman was killed. The woman was going to the Takun to sell some goods, and they attacked her. I don't know why they attacked her. They shot her at her breast. So the attack is rampant. There is no place in Taraba State. I describe Taraba State as an IDP camp. The whole state as an IDP camp because there is no place that is not experiencing the Fulani herdsmen. In fact, even churches, there are a lot of churches destroyed. Nobody is safe to go to church. Because you go to church, they may attack. Even some students, they stop going to school because parents say that they value their students, they value their children more than the education. What is the essence of sending students to their children to school when they can be attacked at any time? And some people, they stop traveling. Even those that stop traveling, they don't know where they will stay because the place is not safe. So the attack is rampant and is anyhow and it can occur at any time. Nobody is free there, and nobody is sleeping with two eyes closed. That is what is happening. I just gave you the
So this is like a summary of what's happening there. Now, some might consider this an insensitive question, but Nigerians are asking, if the people around there are being attacked, you said they cannot sleep with their eyes closed, and they are still around there, right? It's like, why are they still there? Is it like there's nowhere else for them to go? What is the government saying about it? When you bring into the notice of the governor of the security operatives around there, what are they saying? Has there been increased security presence when that happened? What happens before and after these attacks? Does the military, does the police come after these attacks? When the people tell them what is happening, what do they say? How do they respond to these attacks?
Okay, like the first part of your question that you asked, why is that they remain there? They don't have anywhere to run to. Even the IDP camp, the Fulani herdsmen, they are attacking the IDP camp. They are killing people there. We can't run to the neighboring states like Taraba, Benue State, because Benue State, their own is even worse than that of Taraba State. So we have nowhere to go, and we cannot run and leave Nigeria because we don't have the condition to leave the country. I think we have the condition, the connection. We would have left the country because there is no any place that is safe. Everywhere there are attacks everywhere, and the what surprises, what is surprising some of us is that even though they reported these attacks to the security agencies, they reported the national, what do they call it, defense headquarters. They cannot do anything. I don't know why when it's time for like this, we don't used to see security. But if it's time for election, you see security everywhere. In my place, I don't think that the only thing you see, we have police, what do they call it, police station, and they have army base in the Amadi. It's only the police that sometimes they show seriously when things like this are happening. But the army, as if they are relaxed. They are relaxed. Anytime something like this is reported to them, sometimes they allow everything to happen. Then they just go there and do as if they care. But they are just pretending. And then our governor, I don't know, is it because he wants to decamp to APC? He is not saying anything. I was shocked the other time that he postponed his decampment to APC, from PDP to APC because of the kidnapping in Kebbi. They did not mention the one that was happening in Taraba State in his speech. So I don't know whether they think what we are facing in the country and in Taraba State has a political action, because our House of Reps did not say anything. The other time the senator came, he said that he mentioned it in the Senate. But I did not see it. I've been checking every day to see whether he mentioned it in the Senate. But he didn't. So I think the killing has political action.
Mr. Samuel, we understand that
Yes.
people of Taraba State are grieved about these incidences of insecurity, and you say the people are also being attacked in the IDP camps. Have the people made any efforts to try to protect themselves? What has been the response of the people when conversations of protecting themselves come up? What has also been the response of the security operatives?
The only way that we would have protected ourselves is if we have the weapons or the means to protect ourselves. But as it is, we don't have the means to protect ourselves. The Fulani herdsmen, they are coming with sophisticated weapons, and they come at night when people are sleeping. So it's very difficult for us to protect ourselves. The only means we can protect ourselves is for us to run. So when they are coming, we normally run to the bush, and sometimes in the course of running, we used to jump them. So as we are running to the bush to protect ourselves, then from there they kill some of our people. Like my people, some of my siblings were killed. 3 of them were killed, and a lot of people were killed. Like what started from in the past 3 months now, they have killed almost 100 people only in Chanchaji Ward. So we have nowhere to run to. We have no means of protecting ourselves. We are demanding that they should increase the security there. They as if all our efforts are voting for the government is not even concerned. So we don't have any means of protecting ourselves. The only means is for us to run. Like my mother now, she cannot run because she's old. My father cannot run because she's old. Without the back here, I cannot go back then because I don't have the strength.
It's actually a very unfortunate situation. Mr. Samuel, would you say that the incidences of insecurity in Taraba and other states around the northeast, the northwest, that they are greatly underreported? That sometimes when these attacks by these terrorists happen, that we don't even get to hear about it?
What is happening is this: when you don't have anybody to talk for you, for you, they will kill you without people knowing. Like what is happening in the middle belts and part of the northern side. In fact, a lot of things are happening. They do kill people every day. Every day. When I came to Ekiti for my masters, I was telling people about what is happening in north. Some of them were shocked. They do kill people at night without reporting. Like if you report, nobody even know. Nobody even know that something is happening. In fact, we do not even know how, if some people, when I talk about Taraba, I talk about Zamfara, I talk about Adamawa, I talk about other places in the north. They say they can never stake their feet even Abuja, talk more of Taraba or this place, because Taraba State, Zamfara, all these places are synonymous to crisis, as in where what is they are facing there is too much. They cannot go there. There are a lot of things happening. What you are seeing is just on the surface, because the politicians and then our traditional rulers and then every politicians, traditional rulers and then our major leaders are complicit. They don't want this thing to be mentioned in the media. I'm even shocked that our media, they have the boldness now to discuss it free.
All right. Would you actually say that with everything that is happening around Taraba, Kebbi, and these other states that are around you, you say your people cannot even run to neighboring Benue State because the state is also ravaged by insecurity? We've seen the governors of some of these states coming up to tell us that these people are not indigenous Nigerians, that they are foreigners who have unfortunately been able to make their way through our porous borders into Nigeria to cause havoc. When these attackers come, do the people recognize them? You have said that these are Fulani headsmen. Are these indigenous Fulani Nigerians, or would you say that these are people who are coming from other countries around us?
I can say that the Fulani, I can't identify whether these Fulani are the indigenous Fulanis, because they speak the same Fufude. The language they are using is Fufude, and most of them they speak Hausa. So I cannot specifically identify that this person is coming from outside or is inside, is a Nigerian. Because then when we were young or when we were younger, the way we used to operate with the Fulani, they come to eat our yam, we just give them yam, and they will talk to us. We operate as if we interact as if we are from the same family. These Fulani, as they are coming, they come with sophisticated weapons. As they are grazing, they graze with their weapons around. Anybody that misbehaves, they shoot the person. Anybody that even greets them and they are not convenient with the kind of greetings, they will shoot you and nothing will happen. In fact, as I said earlier, what you are seeing on the media is just on the surface. What is happening in the north is beyond what the media is saying. And then the governors are not saying anything because of the politics that's involved. They are afraid. In fact, the governors are afraid. They can't come outside and discuss it. Our politicians are afraid, not only the governors. Our politicians are afraid. It's not only the governors. So what is happening in the north that we are seeing is just on the surface. We cannot travel. We cannot travel at night. If you are traveling, if one is traveling at night, the person, they slaughter the person, and nobody will. Like I know how many of my people have been slaughtered. I lost a lot of people. I don't know where they are. Some were traveling to Kanu. They did not return all today. Some traveling to Sokoto. I did not see them today. Some they are traveling to even within that my vicinity, within the Chang they attack them. Some travel and did not return because the Fulani headsmen that we are seeing, there are too many. There are too many. I can even say that they are not only Nigerians because there are too many. There are too many. Where are they coming from? They are not Nigerians. There are too many.
All right. You've said that they are not Nigerians. We know that okay, before I ask the question about the defection of the state governor, about 3 days ago we got news that rampaging terrorists have actually murdered 6 persons in Amadu community in the Takum local government area of Taraba State. Would you say that people just sit down and knowing that insecurity will happen, they sit and wait for it to happen? You've said that people have no means of defending themselves, but is there any other way that they can actually try to not sit down and wait for these attacks to happen, knowing that, like you said, the security agents cannot do much, the government is actually not doing much to help them as well?
Well, the 6 people that I mentioned, I don't think the figure was right. Because if my 3 brothers were killed, 3 siblings that were killed, and a lot of people were killed, more than that. So it is not only 6. A lot were killed and then they were buried without wasting time because what we do the cause. It was
3 days ago.
That was on Saturday. It was not 3 days ago. That was on Saturday. Hello?
I'm I'm with you, Mr. Sam.
Yes. That was on Saturday. When they came, as you said,
I am asking if it is being underreported. If you say this happens on Saturday, how many of these actually get to the ears of the security agents? And when they come, when the military, do the military even bother to come after these attacks? And if they do come, what do they do? What do they say to the people? How do they tell the people to act if they notice? Sometimes, do the people get information or intelligence that, oh, these attacks will happen, so that they can move away before these more raiders come? Or it is just always silence, and then these attacks happen, and then the military comes after, or they don't even bother to come, and then people just keep it. Yeah.
So three months ago, we had an information that the Fulanis left Bantaji, a place within Taraba, that they are coming down to Chanchangi to attack Chanchangi. The people, we did not know where we belong to. Should we be carry vehicle and start packing people to another place? People cannot just be running. So we were there, and then we reported to security that this is what we had. They said there is no problem. Even the one surprisingly, we have barracks in Takum. The barracks is not far from Amadu community. The barracks is not far. Even in Amadu, we have a military base. We have soldiers there. But when they attack, the soldiers were just watching. When they attack on Saturday, as they were shooting, the soldiers were in their camp. They were just watching. They did not come. It was when they left, because the police stood up that this should not happen here. The police started chasing them. Then they now ran away. It was there that the army they came. So I'm thinking that even the military, they are complicit. They are not even serious in fighting this. Let me be bold enough to say they are not serious in fighting this. They show like a dassica attitude. Even if they give us information that if we got information that symptoms that people are coming to attack us, and we report that these people are coming, the military, the soldiers will not do anything to protect us. They will not do anything. After the attack, sometimes they will come and say that there is no problem, next time they will do this, and they are not doing anything. So we are not even, they think our situation is very pathetic. The situation is too pathetic, because people that are being attacked, they don't have the means to defend themselves. Even the security that are there, if you report to them, as if they value their life, they are not ready to defend anybody. They value their life, so they stay in their comfort zone. They are not doing their primary duty. So that is how it is there. Nobody is ready to fight for anybody. And if they kill, they will just come there and they go in their car and they turn around. They chase the innocent people away. Oh yeah, go and do this. Like the other time we were protesting. They were chasing us. Don't protest. Why are you protesting? They were chasing us away. Those are the things we're facing there. What do they want us to do? When we don't have the means to defend ourselves. When if we report to them, they will not do anything. And we have military base in Amadu. Those people, they come freely, they attack us freely and leave that environment freely without anything. Without somebody even attacking them. And we have soldiers there. We have military base. Those are the things we're facing there.
Okay, Mr. Sam.
Yes, sir.
For joining us. Now, with all this attack, how do you people survive? You say your people cannot go to farm. How do you manage to take care of your food need daily?
Surviving there is just by the grace of God, because some people, in the course of going to farm to look for yam that they will come and eat, they do kill them. The sun, when they go, they will come back alive. So the surviving there is just by the grace of God. Anybody can be killed at any time. It is just the thing is in the daytime we gather ourselves like 50 people. If you want to go to the farm, we just go there. But in the course of going to farm, we have different farms. Everybody have their own farm. So as we are thinking, we are going by the road. So sometimes they do ambush people. So if those that will survive and go to farm, they will get food, they will get the yams and all that farm produce and return them to Amadu. That is a small town there. Amadu, then we will gather ourselves. We don't want to separate ourselves. Everybody, we gather ourselves together, we cook together, and then eat there together. Those people that are rich, some of them, they are not in the village again. They escaped. They went to places like Makodi, Abuja, and Jalingo. They are not in the village again. With the poor, they are still in the village. passing through this thing. So to survive there is by the grace of God, because nobody is protecting anybody. If they come, they will just be there. Nobody, they will not do anything they want to do, and they will go. If they come in every day, if they don't come this side, they will come the other side. Sometimes they attack us like 5 places. They attack us like 5 places. As I'm talking like this, just my words. In the next 1 month, you will discover that nobody is in that village, because there are some villages like in Ukari now. There are some villages that you will not see anybody there. The Fulani herdsmen, they are just freely staying there. The army, they are aware of it, they will not go there. Nobody will go there. And that is what will happen in Takun. Even in Takun, there are places like that they are just relaxing there. Inside the same thing, you have places that Fulani herdsmen, they are just relaxing there. Like they stay closer to Tiwa Danjuma farm. What they were saying, the farm said, they were just stay there. Nobody attacked them until when we cry that last the week before last week, the soldiers, they went there and they did not do anything. The Fulani herdsmen, they ran away. I don't know whether they gave the Fulani herdsmen information that we are coming, people to take your square root. Because when they came, they said the Fulani herdsmen ran away. Immediately they left, those guys, they returned to the place where they were staying. So surviving this by the grace of God. Everybody in that place now is a pastor. Everybody just praying, God, help me, rescue me. I don't have anywhere to go. Because some don't even have any families outside that place.
Let's assume, Mr. Sam, let's assume you have one-on-one interaction with the President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. What will you be telling the President to do to actually assist the people of Taraba State? Since from you, it's as if the governor is equally helpless.
Well, up to now, I don't know, as I said in the beginning, that these people, they have security when they want to win elections. You see security everywhere. So what I will do is, I will tell the president that, Mr. President, you are not doing well. You are not doing well in terms of security. Please deploy more army, more soldiers rather, to Taraba State. We need security in Taraba State. Because we are farmers, we want to go to farm. We need security in Taraba State. So if I have one-on-one conversation with you, I will plead with you. We don't need money. We don't need job employment. We don't need anything. We just need security so that we go to our farm. So you should provide security for us. That is the only thing I will tell him. Deploy more army there. Stop keeping army soldiers in Abuja. Stop keeping them in the barracks. Let them go outside and protect the citizens. Let the soldiers leave barracks and go outside and defend or protect the citizens. What are they doing in barracks? They are not attacking barracks. They are attacking the farmers. And so when the farmer is being attacked on the farm and somebody is in the barrack, how can that person, the person in the barrack, defend the person on the farm? So they should go, let the soldiers go there, go and stay with us at our villages. That is what I will tell them.
Mr. Samuel, how do your people feel about the recent announcement about the governor actually defecting to the APC? Even though he did postpone his defection, but we kind of know that that's in the works. That one can say he has defected in his mind. It's just for him to complete it, maybe with a ceremony to be accepted into the APC. Do you think that would actually give the people a better chance of being represented when it comes to matters of security or insecurity, as the case may be?
The governor is just, my governor is just, okay, the governor of Taraba State, Abu Kepas, is just a corny man. Because even if he goes to any party, he will not do anything. He's just there for his own interest. As he's going to APC, he's just going there for his own interest. He's not going there for the interest of the people. Before then, they were the one that was saying that APC belongs to is a Muslim party. But it's an Islamic party. But now they are running there because he knows that if it's the PDP, people will not vote for him. So multiplicity of people decamp to APC before, so he just wants to go and join them. It's not that he's going there for the interest of Tarabans. He's just going there for his selfish interest. And I still have it in mind, mark my words, that I still have in mind that people will not keep voting because what they have suffered, We were thinking that if he comes with the first tenure, he will do, being a retired military man, he will do more in terms of security. But he did not do anything. He just going there for his own selfish interest. There's no infrastructure, there's no development, there's no job employment. Everything he's doing is on media. You can't point at one or two things that is what the government has done. So if he has not done anything, in fact, political party cannot make a governor to perform, because we have seen the Fintri. Fintri is a neighboring governor from Adamawa State. He's in PDP. He has been doing good. He has been doing good. But this person is in PDP, the governor of Taraba, he has not done anything. He has not done. So party has nothing to do with development. Party has nothing to do with security. As you can see in Ibadan, the Oyo State, Makinde is in PDP, but he's doing well. So our governor is not going there so that he can get a ticket and then win the second tenure. He's not going there to defend the people. He's just going there for a selfish interest. If he tells anybody that he's going there because of Tarabans, I will debunk him. If I'm there, I will debunk him confidently.
Mr. Samuel, we've recently seen that the cases of terrorism in Nigeria has become, would we say, a global or an international conversation. U.S. President Donald Trump talks about a Christian genocide in Nigeria, although the Nigerian government has debunked that. But whether or not people agree there's a Christian genocide in Nigeria, we know that terrorism and the banditry and killings are prevalent in different parts of the country. Would you welcome any plan by the U.S. military to intervene in these conflicts? Do you actually believe that this will help the people of Nigeria? Do you believe that this will help your people to be able to go to their farms? You say your people are farmers. They want to be able to go to their farms and live a simple life and not be attacked when they do something as simple as going into the farm to harvest their yams.
Okay, I wish to specifically state that I am ready, if I'm being asked, I will say that I'm ready to welcome the U.S. Let them help us to fight. Let the U.S. soldiers help us to fight this terrorism, because we are not resting. The attacks are everywhere. Just today we heard from the Niger State that they kidnapped people. Yesterday it was in KB and then other places like that. Let these people come, because the killing is too much. Let the U.S. government come and rescue us. But if they are not coming, we can even say that they will come and take over the leadership and everything, because our leaders have told us they are just the moment come.
That. We cannot actually say that, because are you asking that Nigeria be colonized again?
Yes, because I feel we are incompetent to rule ourselves.
No, we can't.
The only thing we know is to fight ourselves. We are incompetent. And again, you mentioned about genocide. I can say the people attacking, they are coming from a particular place. They are coming from a particular faith. It's not like me now, like as I was telling you the other time. They kill people in Taraba State or the Taraba. We cannot even leave our place to go and attack the Fulani herdsmen, because we don't even know where they are staying. Sometimes they stay here because they don't have a specific house where we can go and destroy. They come to destroy our place. They come to destroy our churches. So let the U.S. come. Anybody that is saying that U.S. will not come, I will say that the person is a bandit. Any person supporting banditry is a bandit. Defending bandit is a bandit. Any person defending herdsman is a herdsman. Anybody defending the Boko Haram is a Boko Haram. The person should be arrested. I don't know why some people are still talking freely and the government is still looking at them as if what they are doing is right. Let the people come. If they come, they are not going to fight innocent people. They say they will fight terrorists. So why are we telling them not to come and fight terrorists? And they allow us to fight this terrorism for many years. We are not able to fight them. And people are not sleeping. Let them come. I don't even have a one-on-one conversation with Donald Trump. I would have advised him or plead with him that, sir, please come and help us. We cannot fight terrorism. Are we not ashamed of ourselves? We say we are a sovereign nation. A sovereign nation. We are sharing our sovereignty with bandits. We are sharing our sovereignty with herdsmen. Are we not ashamed of ourselves? We are ashamed. We are ashamed. Our leaders, they failed us. They failed us. There is not since then, the time of Buhari, what they will do is every time they kill, they will just write Anytime there's killing anywhere, they just write a condolence message. A condolence message. There was a time I just typed condolence messages of Osipan. So a lot of messages, and now they are doing the same thing. Bye. You just type every day. You just type this person is sympathizing with the people of this one. I was shocked. Imagine a president of Federal Republic of Nigeria is shocked. So if the president is shocked, what did they do? They come because we are a divided nation. We are sharing our nation with terrorists. There is nowhere you can go. When I was to travel to come to the school a few days back, Kogi is not safe. There is nowhere one can go free. You see it now. I'll be going next week now. Where will I pass? It's a lot of things. Where the US pass, we are a defeated giant. Nigeria is a defeated giant.
Just before you go, in a minute, quite a number of people have been trending the hashtag Tinubu resign now, and they've been going back to his former tweet where he was calling for the resignation of former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan when the Chibok girls were abducted, on issues of economy, insecurity, and others, where he kept telling Jonathan to resign if he could not safeguard Nigeria from these marauding terrorists. Would you also support that call?
That resign?
Yes.
Can you come again? Can you take it again? Are you saying?
You know, for the past 2 days, some Nigerians have been trending hashtags saying that the president should resign if he cannot solve insecurity. I'm saying, would you support that call?
The president should resign, because I believe I just discovered that what they are doing, they are just using propaganda to rule. So the president should resign with immediate effects. If we are really serious and want to move forward, the president should resign. During Jonathan, there were the people that were protesting. Look at some of our religious leaders. They joined the protest, but now they are quiet. They are just quiet. I don't know whether they are afraid to talk or they are afraid to condemn. They are just quiet. Look at the Senate, they are just quiet. Look at the House of Reps, they are just quiet. I don't know what they are doing there. So I will just advise that the president should resign. If I see him, I will prostrate and say, Baba, please resign. Go and take care of yourself. You cannot rule this country. We need somebody that is radical, somebody that is ready to defend us. We don't need somebody that will sit somewhere and be tweeting on Twitter every day that I'm shocked. The person, if it is in another country, like yesterday I was reading some comments on the Twitter. The Ghanaian say that I'm not from Nigeria, but I pity Nigerians. I'm even sympathizing with them. It's not a pathetic comment. The president should resign. I don't know why people that are closer to him, they are still pushing him to contest in 2027. This person cannot defend us. He should not be contesting in 2027. Even now, if he want to have a small respect, he should resign.
Thank you, Mr. Samuel. It's been quite an extensive conversation. We do sympathize with your people, and we'll continue to hold the government accountable to ensure that insecurity becomes a thing of the past. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate you. Please stay safe. Please stay safe.
All right.
Thank you very much. On that note, we'll take a very short break, and when we return, the conversation continues right here on the Evening Rush.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Contact fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J contact fuse and distribution board, Nipo contact fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover contact fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo contact fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover-wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy-duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you biko.
Welcome back. You're still tuned into the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. My name is Chioma Innocent. I'm your host, and we've been talking about quite a number of issues this evening. Interesting conversation so far. We had been talking with Kuga Samuel Ongwanen from Chachanji, Takum local government area of Taraba State. He's been telling us how his people have been faring with the incidences of insecurity in the country. All right, Mr. Joseph, we've talked about quite a number of things. You heard everything that Samuel said. I want us to start from there. Then we talk about the case of Nnamdi Kanu with Sowore saying that there is a plot to make sure that he dies in the northern prison in Sokoto, that he's been moved from DSS custody to there, then also to the NYC issue. But I want you to start from most of the things that Mr. Samuel talked about. Okay,
first let me start with the issue of he mentioned several times the military. I think I'm on the contrary that the job we are giving the military now is not actually their job. They're supposed to just give a backup to the Nigerian police because these are internal issue.
It's internal issue, but it has to do with security, with terrorism.
Yes, no, it is with that label. It is with that label.
And wouldn't you say
terrorist.
that the military actually, as some Nigerians are saying, have failed in their duty? If like Mr. Samuel said, some of these people are not Nigerians. They were able to pass through because our borders are porous. The other day, the House of Reps was deliberating, and over 85% of our borders were unmanned, have no security operatives at the borders.
That is decision now, not that they are porous. Which is decided that the border should be porous. Choma, why I say that we are not blaming the military on this. I'm not saying they should not help us. They should help. You understand? This job we are talking of, Choma, this is the job of Nigeria police. And we allow the IGP to be enjoying himself. Everybody is military. I think it is time Nigeria should be taking the question to the right individual. Our constitution says that the police are in charge of our internal security. I think what Nigeria should do is you force to ask the president to meet the IGP. What are some of your challenges? What do you need for you to perform? For you to stand on that your core mandate of protecting life and property within the sovereignty of Nigeria. That is internal security. Then if it is Cameroon, if it is Ghana, it is Benin Republic trying to say, okay, they want to try our sovereignty. Then we cannot reach out to the military and say, see, there is a country that is trying to test us. Can you help us? So if we are not doing that, we'll continue to maybe as if it becoming like a business. For issue of insecurity becoming like a business. Choma, the one in KB, there should be, this police have an intel department. We have commissioner of police in KB. What were they doing for those guys to be able to come? Not that in the night. They didn't do that in the night, Choma. It was in the daytime that they went there with bike and everything and took some of our very, very young lady into the bush. As I'm talking to you now, I think they are report that they're already making some demand of how much they should pay for each child. And we are not seeing that response to say, okay, let's even find a way to stop Donald Trump and his people not to come. What has been our response so far? It's still the same story. Oh, we are on top of the situation. This one is, we are making sure that these children are safe. Let's assume, okay, we agree the children are safe. Are they supposed to be in that very place where they are? These are children that are, some of them were in boarding school or be in home with their parents. They took these children to the bush and you say the children are safe. Then look at the one in Kwara, the people that were in a church appealing to their own God, to God. Then some element just go there and do what they did. Then second, the other one is Choma is the one that always like it still surprised me. That a general in the army has been killed. We did not see response, as in what we call response, for you to not see a combined effort of possibly even the Boy Scout, how do you call it, local vigilante, the police, army, possibly even civil defense, road safety, all of them, because if there is going to be an election, the recent election that they conducted in Anambra State, Hope you know that there was an announcement from the first Echo that they have area surveillance of helicopter to be checking. Is it where do you think we need that helicopter? Is it not either Taraba or Benue or Kebbi or Kwara? Have you ever seen any announcement for first Echo that okay, we are deploy helicopter? But when you talk culturally, I'll be saying that it is better that we advertise for Nigeria and say, okay, any country that want to conduct election, this is where we have a comparative advantage. Let us help you to conduct election. I can bet you the way we are, because you see the number of the IGP announced that about I think 45,000 police were deployed for Anambra election. It showed that if tomorrow they reach out to the police force and say they need to conduct an election in the border between Ukraine and Russia, that we can do it successfully. If they say we should go and conduct election in Gaza now, I believe we should be able to do it. But when you now talk of which is the real core function, that the government is to protect life and property, that is where you now see to some extent police leaving us alone and say we should go and take good care of ourselves. Assuming there is going to be, let's say people just announce, say we want to protest now. You will be hearing someone rushing to court and say there is a court restricting a decision of court, restricting people not to gather in a particular place. So we show that, for me, I'm sorry to put it this way, it's as if this insecurity is like we have already agreed that it's part of us. That is it's like a business. It's like a business. Because, for example, if a general had been killed, there's no response, therefore there's no casualty on their own side, then our children...
There's even casualty on their own side. The military is suffering casualty.
No, what I mean is the element, the people that killed the general. But now you would have, if it is some other country, you would hear the number of those terrorists that have been brought down. But it's just grammar here and there, and we release press release, or we set up a group in order to ensure that this issue of criminality should stop. Is it where we're supposed to be speaking grammar? The question now be, it means that your inter-department or unit is not working. So if it's not working, then you are paying people salary. So can we now agree and say, okay, now that let's tell our Senate to now quickly amend the constitution and say, okay, the soldiers, the military are now in charge of our internal security. So that we now thank the first headquarters, okay, since military are taking over the function of that you're supposed to constitution give to you, then thank you for coming. You mentioned the issue of NYC. Normally before, people always, what I know when I was in my secondary school, primary to secondary school, people want to go and serve in Borno. People want to go and serve in Bauchi. People want to go and serve in all those Sokoto, those places. But presently, you see people, sometimes you are not forcing children to some of all those places. You know that they have a lot of security challenges. And you are not telling us that there is insurance for them. Let's assume there is insurance for them. Insurance is just to pay compensation. And there is no amount of compensation that someone is going to pay for you for life to come back. That will bring the life of, in case of any issue. You know, the other time, is it not 2015 that copper were killed during the election? At the end of the day, I think this land that they gave 5 million, is it 5 million to each of the family? Choma is someone that after 4 years course, or 5 years, or even 6 years course, then the person want to serve his nation. Then some individual kill that person, then you carry 5 million, give the person. How would they share that 5 million? How will those families share the 5 million?
It's not just about how they will share it, but
no, man, is that
back a life that is already lost.
That's just it. Then secondly, if anybody will push copper that is serving our nation, the person is supposed to be court-martial. That is push, not only killing, but at the end of the day, there are a lot of, it's as if, for me, I will say it again, with the rate of kidnapping, I think it is better we apologize and say that, Evans, you actually an amateur.
Please, let's not even go there, Mr. Joseph Olorunsho. But let's look at the case of Nnamdi Kanu that was sentenced yesterday to life imprisonment. And just today, his lawyer is telling us he's been moved from DSS custody to Sokoto prison. And his lawyer, and even Sowore, who one can say is his friend or an ally, is raising alarm, saying that you heard me read out all the things that Sowore wrote, that the plan is for him to die there, that there is no plan to release him anytime soon. There is no plan for a political solution, and even maybe using his release as a bargaining chip in order to make people of the Southeast feel like, oh, maybe they are loved by the government or something, that there is nothing like that, that the plan is for him to die there. And the reason why he was not even kept in Abuja is because they don't want to turn the prison to a pilgrimage center whereby people will come and be saying, oh, anybody they pass Abuja go just go and say, oh, let me just branch and greet Nnamdi Kanu before I go. So what Sowore is saying is like, who will say they want to travel to Sokoto to go and see him?
I think for me, until when federal government maybe come out tomorrow and say, okay, no, Nnamdi Kanu will be in Kuje, or it will be in prison in Nazawa, or prison in... Let's equally wait for that. But for me, there's nothing wrong for them disclosing the prison that they are taking him to. I don't think they should be, okay, you already sentenced him. I don't think there's anything wrong for people to go and visit anybody in prison.
No, if
not because
there will be too many people.
Then you would have leave him now, so that you would have leave him so that people will go to visit him in his house. If you go to Ikoyi prison currently that is in Lagos, or you go to Kirikiri prison, or you go to Jebode prison, you see people going to those prisons every time to go and visit their loved one. When did it become that if you want to visit someone in prison, become a crime? So if the person is in prison, then, and they turn it to Mecca, if you don't want them to turn it to the prison to Mecca, then look at doctrine of necessity. And by the way, this administration inherits this issue. The only challenge that I have is, this is my own personal opinion, that they did not manage this Nnamdi Kanu issue very well. For me, if I don't want to inherit anybody's, even my father will advise us that please don't try and inherit anybody's enemy. So the president would have, the administration would have looked at it and say, okay, with what has happened, let's look for, and a lot of people volunteer that release Nnamdi Kanu to us, and then we'll see what we can do about it. Because if you say, oh, because of the issue of terrorism and all those kind of things, there are some people, there are the videos that people with gun, which we call non-state actor. Recently, there is one of the bandits, the bandits, some of the group, they attend I think a marriage ceremony, and the picture is everywhere.
Yes.
And some of these guys that you are calling them, okay, let's negotiate, let's sue for peace. And you are saying the other person that say A, B, C, D. Then you see everyone, the court and everybody, the security agency, particularly the SSS, they say, oh, this is opportunity for us to do our work. Then the issue of one Nigeria become, a lot of people will now be asking a lot of questions in respect when you say there's one Nigeria. Choma, out of you have about 5 children, and some are saying that in a way you have halo effect in treating your Mr. A different from Mr. C, different from Mr. B. Then people will take position, and perception is very dangerous, extremely very, very dangerous. So, but maybe tomorrow you may just hear that, oh, now that they have sentenced Nnamdi Kanu, that the president decided to grant him pardon. It's possible.
But he will still have that label of an ex-convict.
And he will not reject, he will not, first, let's first, okay, they may grant him pardon, he will have his freedom. Then another government can come and say, okay, it has never happened before, that we are even apologizing to him for all the punishment, all the time that he spent in but let him even get his freedom first. You get my point. That is just my own take on this very issue. And I equally know that the other one that which I'm trying to bring, okay, the issue of Christian genocide. You know, sometimes if you want to say something, you try to be careful with it. We were saying because of Donald Trump tweet that Donald Trump is saying that there is Christian genocide. People now come and say, no, it is not only Christians that are being killed. What of pagan? It's as if you are even saying that the president of America is even belittling the whole problem. That is more than, oh, there is not only Christians that are facing the genocide. even the Muslim and non-Muslim. So I think it is, for me, from the day the president make that statement, the president of America make that statement, there are a lot of mistakes that have been happening. Choma, last week there was a protest in Kanu. Do you see that protest? There was a massive protest in Kanu that involved them burning the American flag, and equally the picture of Donald Trump.
After the whole Trump.
Yes, and when I saw that, and I don't see why only that one. If I'm say I can sit one-on-one with the president, I will ask them what is the commissioner of police Kanu still doing. Then the IGP is supposed to come and explain too, because don't you mean you don't have intel that this kind of protest, can someone be burning the Nigeria flag and everybody is just no cause for alarm? Or you carry the picture of our dear president and say you want to put fire on it? It's as if there are some people that want this country to be in flame, and tomorrow, instead of us to face those people, we now face it's as if you people are talking about this insecurity, don't talk about it again. Why not do something that will make us not to see anything to talk about? So this is a time for those that are people that are very close to the president should sit with him and say, sir, though in the beginning of your administration you say we should not pity you, but you now say that in fact you need to say, please make una pity me, because the work is just not be here. Let me use that local language. And those that he give job, the commissioner of police across the whole federation, the DIG, the AIG, the IGP, by now is as if maybe if it is possible they should not be sleeping again, because they have a serious job on their table. And again, because again, if you look at that, that's why tomorrow people may say, oh, Joseph, why are you saying this? You need to equally thank the commissioner of the Lagos Police Command, because for me, whereby people can still move about their business here in Lagos, it shows that the Lagos Police Command, they are doing everything possible to at least contributing their own quota to see how Lagosian can have. If some people say, maybe it never happened to it, but the way they are trying, we say, I will commend their effort. And we only beg other commissioner of police across the whole federation to see what they can do. And so, okay, if they can get it right in Lagos, Ogun State should be able to get it right. KB should be able to get it right. Anambra should be able to get it right. The Taraba that we just spoke to someone there, how do you call it, Benue, Niger State, Zamfara State, they should be able to get it right. So if it is the issue of funding, then the governor should need to equally help them to say, okay, Commissioner of Police, you are in charge of internal security. Do you see what is going on in Lagos State? You say, okay, what do you think? How do we replicate that? I am not saying that Lagos is completely perfect. There are issues. There are some people you can hear issue of one chance, but there are some of those issues that are happening in other states that you observe, you can see that and say, right, it's possible that this cannot happen in Lagos State. Right,
then now, the Nigeria's Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, was on a particular television program earlier today, and he was asked the question saying, does the government feel guilty that it's not doing enough to curb insecurity? How difficult is it to identify those who are killing innocent Nigerians? Let's take a listen to his response to this question.
It's sometimes difficult. You remember that this is not a conventional warfare. These people come into where there is a large concentration. In some cases, some soft targets. They come to areas where, people are largely unarmed and they perpetrate this crime and then they run away. But in most cases, they have been apprehended. I think sometimes we forget about some of the successes that we have recorded in the fight against these, bandits, criminals, and some of these jihadists. We've had a lot of progress in that direction. From May of 2023 to date, over 13,500 of these criminals, these are figures from the security agencies, have been neutralized or taken out of our society. 13,500. Over 17,000 of them, have been apprehended. Many of them, even as we speak today, some of them have had their days in court. Some of them have been sentenced. Last week, the masterminds of the crisis that we've had in the past, the conflict we've had, some of them have already been, Ansaru leaders that were abducted, internationally, wanted by the Americans, by everyone. Through the coordination by our security agencies, these people have been apprehended. Sentences have been given. I think that we should recognize that.
He's saying we should focus on the successes that we have recorded instead of just focusing on the problem. All right, let's talk
some of the successes we have recorded is the one in Kwara, one is in the Niger State now, the KB, and the Taraba, the Benue. These are successes, Choma. Because when you say the Minister for Information, I nearly say, the last one I was trying to, you make, anytime you mention Minister for Information, any person mention Minister for Information and we nearly say Uncle Lai Mohammed. Because for me, it has passed, but some of those sources you say this administration is recording. It's as if himself is afraid of even telling the public, because people will be asking questions. People will be asking questions. If you know that people will go to soft target, what are you going to do? What are you doing? We know, okay, why should this guy, that they do go to school where you have vulnerable, which are some of the soft target. What do you now do to make sure that schools across the whole federation, if it is possible, it can be doctrine of necessity, at least build some military police formation very close to some school. If you have a school that within the local government, okay, you have like maybe about 5 schools, you cannot check and ask, okay, let us put a mobile police barracks or unit in a particular place, so that if there's any issue there, the response can quickly reach come up from that very place.
Wouldn't that mean that we have accepted terrorism and insecurity to be a part of our daily lives in this
country? It's part of, it's not business.
All right, then
it's just because we are here to actually maybe possibly have a person who will head it.
Let's open the phone line so that we can hear from you. 0803 692 9933. 0803 692 9933. That's the number you can call to be a part of this conversation. You can send a message on WhatsApp or call me on WhatsApp 0817 175 6338. We'll take a very short break. The conversation continues when we return. Welcome back. You're still tuned into the evening rush right here on Voice of the People on 90.3 FM. It's time for us to take your calls and read your messages. You know what? I'm going to do something different today. I'll start with the messages. Maybe if I take a few messages, I take a few calls, take a few messages and take a few calls, because I know that I haven't really been taking your messages for some. I didn't really take messages yesterday. And person under my Instagram calls me, say, Choma is unfair. I said, no vex, I will do better. So I want to start by actually doing better. All right. Mayor from Ikotoegbe says, please pardon me not saying good evening, because nothing is good about the evening in Nigeria. Our son has just been jailed for life for nothing. Choma, do you know that most of these killings are from APC state? All what their governors knows and doing is how to give Tinubu 10 million votes. While the citizens are being slaughtered like chickens, Nigerians are being captured. Where is Gowon and Danjuma ex-generals from Plateau and Taraba state respectively? Recruit more youth into the military by National Assembly. Let the Senate President speak, the President and Vice President. In fact, all the politicians take their children to face the terrorists. That is a big ask. All the so-called that the GOs in Southwest have decided to remain silent because Tinubu is their brother. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotoegbe. Chema, there's something that looked like voice of Esau and hand of Jacob in this insecurity situation. I suspect external authorities' involvement. The question is, the individual sponsors behind the killings, what do they want? Is it possible that the president okay. Chedu from Ogun State, thank you for your message. Obed Oji says who killed those people that did not obey Nnamdi Kanu sit at home order in the southeast? Look at his broadcast. Nnamdi Kanu did not manage his own matter well. He sacked his lawyers. It was very rude and arrogant in the courtroom. If you were the magistrate, what would you do at that point in time? Kanu did not do well in the east. Let us say the truth. There should be no bias, sentiment, or emotions. He won some court cases. It was pertaining to the way and how he was brought back from Kenya, but not that he had no case to answer. He refused to defend his charges in court. That's from Obed Oji. Good evening to you all. Moving Nnamdi Kanu to Sokoto sounds funny. There might actually be a prison break there before 2027. Godson from Sowore. Good evening, Chioma. The intelligence department and the police isn't functioning because they are not empowered to do their job. That's why they are not performing. Police are supposed to transfer indigent to problem area to know those who are causing all the attacks on innocent people. Good evening, Chioma and the guests. Since we failed to query the tribe, religious affiliation of the heads of our service chiefs from military, police, customs, immigration, etc., we will keep having porous borders and poor secured internal and external security. There is no need for fielding merited and qualified personnel and no-go area on tribal religious lines. Yemi from Lagos says on the anti-terrorism bill, it is unarguable that government so far appears to have been underestimating the terrible impact of terrorism in the life of the country. A special court should be established to handle with dispatch all matters relating to terrorism. Those found guilty as killers or sponsors should be sentenced to death by firing squad. It should be carried out without the slightest delay. They should not be kept in prison to be fed with our commonwealth. Anyone who denies others their life do not deserve to enjoy theirs. Good evening, Adeyemi Kamara from Banana Island, Lagos. Nnamdi Kanu found guilty on all 7 counts. Ahmed Gulak, security officers and thousands of innocent Nigerians, particularly from Southeast, who lost their lives to the terror presided over by this monster. The victims can now rest in peace. Good evening, VOP Lakon from Lagos. Congratulations to your president. A general was killed, 145 killed in 4 days, 25 students abducted by repentant bandits and Boko Haram. Your president said they've repented and they were given billions. Even the Senate passed the bill for repentant Boko Haram and bandits. Thank you for your message, Choma. Good evening. All right, good evening to you as well. Choma, good evening. I don't understand your guests. We are at crossroads now. We need every hands on deck. Army, police, whoever. This is not the time to say it is the work of the police. Trump is coming with army, not police. Osita from Isolo. Mr. Joseph, that's for you.
It may not even come. They have, I think, they may not even come. They can from there do what they want to do here. They are seeing what we are not, what we decide not to be seeing here. So if they decide to assist, I don't think they will be thinking of coming, and they will still do what they're supposed to do. I'm not saying that the military should not help, but what I'm saying is, according to our constitution, the police are in charge of our internal security. Let the police, allow the police to do their work. All this one that they will
be. When the matter passed the police,
it never passed them. See some of those elements you are seeing. Encourage the mobile police. This same mobile police, they will take care of those guys. Don't if we remove the political coloration, all this thing, mobile police, not even the military, will take care of all these elements that we are allowed to be disturbing us.
All right, then I'm still taking your messages on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. Good evening, Chioma, Mr. Samuel, and Mr. Joseph. Take note of the following. The judgment stated that Kanu should be held in protective custody. The only facility established to hold suspects in remand or condemned criminals are custodial centers. All right, thank you for your message. Okay, say I and a lady from Plateau State served in Oyo in 2012 during the height of insecurity in Jos when there was everyday bombing. We were so close. She narrated how they move in daily fear for their lives. Waking up every day means walking into a fresh disaster, and no one is assured of the dusk, even if you stay right in your home without heading out. Yet they cannot even relocate because they don't know any other place to relocate to because all their lives and livelihood are in Pakanshi. Architect Olalikon, thank you for your message. Tinubu, release my brother Kanu now. Good evening, VOP. Your guest is just telling us the truth. God bless him. I personally strongly believe that anybody that supports this thing that happens in the country is one of them. Solomon from Allen. Please call me and call Omotosho, the judge, to kill me with Nnamdi Kanu. Since yesterday, I also Chikwado from Igondo, Lagos. I've not eaten anything. Chikwado, please eat. Good evening to you all. When we look for Nnamdi Kanu, we didn't see him. We will know the importance of madmen in every community. We're here when Asari boasted is in the southeast killing Igbos. People are attributing all the deaths of their loved ones to Nnamdi Kanu. Do quick. Okay, please, Esther, do quick and come back. Don't worry, she'll be back soon. From Chief Udo. Shoma, the Nigerian situation is becoming unbecoming. However, I still see the hand of the international hegemony in the whole thing. Why is it that it's getting worse despite Trump's statement? They know once we go into war, they'll be able to sell their ammunition. We kill ourselves, they eventually achieve the African depopulation, which they can achieve through the corona epidemic conspiracy theory. Tinubu government should be smart, decisive, and our northern leaders should stop their dirty jihad missions. Thanks, David from Oshodi. All right, good evening, VOP family. Please, let's advise President Bola Tinubu that Donald Trump fenced American border to enable him fight crime within. Nigerian government should borrow money and fence all borders, drive all villages on every border, create military border patrol, and start deportation from within by establishing state police. As near from Ijesha. Good evening, Shama. My take on today's issue is that the young man has nailed it all. The incessant attacks is politically motivated. During the MAGA attack, it was said they spent more than an hour. No security apparatus was able to curb them. All pretended as if they were not brief about the animalistic kidnap. Chibok was not done. Dapchi, nothing was done. MAGA too, nothing has been done. We should be prayerful. Nigeria is sitting on a keg of gunpowder. Thanks, Comrade G from Lagos, Ikorodu. Good evening, Chama. What is happening in some parts of the north is so despicable. Why is the state governor not reporting this deplorable situation in the security agency? Chike from Ikorodu. Good evening, Chama. Greetings to your guest, Adewale from Oshodi. All citizens should know that now in big trouble with all these attacks, APC administration created all Nigerian security agencies are now mixed and compromised with terrorists. The only hope and solution we have now is to start organize heavy protests and continue tagging all international communities for quick intervention, because the evil called themselves terrorists are engaging and they're strategizing day by day. Please, I want to ask a question. If IPOB is a terrorist organization, how many Nigerian military IPOB have killed? Isn't Turju Bello a terrorist in northern parts of the country? They are killing our military. FG haven't apprehended them. Mazi Chibueze Rahim Moneke from Aladipo. Those who support or uphold evil will be alive and reap the evil that they have sown. Good evening, Chairman and the guest. Adegboyega said yesterday the conviction of Kanu will bring peace and mark the end of terrorism in Nigeria. He's yet to finish basking in the wicked judgment. When the next news we heard is the kidnap in Niger State, why do our lawyers and rulers like lying to themselves? What a shame of a country. Oma from Ogba. NYC is an accomplice. Any student going to the north. I can't read this. So it's any student going to the north is not serious. All right. Shema, I didn't read our messages yesterday. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I want you to direct this question to your analyst. The judge yesterday sentenced Kanu to life imprisonment and 25 years imprisonment. I'm confused. What does it mean that after he finished serving 25 years, he'll be released? Or how? Ola from Otta. Good evening, Chairman. The court ruling on Nnamdi Kanu is fair and based on evidence, not tribe. No one is above the law, and Kanu is facing charges because of his actions, not because he's Igbo. Tinubu's government respects the judiciary, and Nigeria will not bend the law for one man. Good evening. All right, you didn't tell me your name and where you're writing from? Okay, your name is Emmanuel. Where are you writing from, Emmanuel? All right. Good evening, Chairman. For me, NYSC has outlived its relevance. I cannot see the majority of present crop of youth imbibing the tenets of the core. Why not scrap it when it no longer has any relevance to our socio-economic reality? That message is from Larry. All right, Larry, thank you for your messages. It's time for me to take your call, 0803-692-9933. Why? Haba? Please turn off your radio set before you call, please. Hello? Welcome to the Evening Rush. Are you there? All right, give me a call back. 0803-692-9933. On WhatsApp, it's 0817-175-6338. Welcome to the Evening Rush. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mrs. Thomas. How's it?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Ibrahim. I'm calling from Oshodi.
Welcome, Ibrahim. Go ahead, please.
My own contribution is about the security issue. Our ministry should try to be inside the bush, not that they will just stay in barracks. So those people will come and go. So if our ministry will stand up and they follow them up and follow the bush, both the Biafras, the Army, and everything, it's okay. They are too small for the Nigerian. Nigerian is still only for the African. We know that. So please, you guys just take the commanders and just do the work up inside the bush. By the grace of God, they will clear those people.
Thank you for your call, Ibrahim. I appreciate it. 0803-692-9933. 0803-692-9933. Hello, welcome to Evening Rush. Turn off your radio set and give me a call back. You can call me on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338 on WhatsApp. Send a message or call me up. Hello, Evening Rush. Turn off your radio set and give me a call back.
But Choma, you know one thing that is very, very surprising to me. This man, General Musa, when that man make a pronouncement that he give that statement to these boys and say, please, you don't need my permission for you to deal with anybody that want to try the sovereignty of Nigeria. Before you know what is happening, maybe he was excused. But you will see some other agency that will come and say, okay, if you talk of police, the only for me, I know that it's as if when it comes to protest, that is citizen trying to say, let us ask question. You see that, in fact, all the adrenaline will be working. You understand? It's as if, I think we should sit down and ask ourselves a lot of questions. The citizens have opportunity, they have the right to express their reservation on some issues, especially when it is going to be a very, very peaceful one. So that we should be deploying their energy to where they're supposed to actually take into. As I'm talking to, I think someone have equally agreed that this quarrel that you're having problem, this KB state you're having problem, which other states, how do you call it, Benue, Taraba, if tomorrow you hear that they want to, let's just play as okay, let's conduct election there. You see, we hear the announcement of so number of police deployed, then helicopter will be out for area surveillance and the rest of them. Why is it that when it comes to issue of governance, issue of protecting life and property, protecting life and property, not protecting votes, then it's as if that is what Nigeria is set up for. Nigeria is not set up for the election. Nigeria is set up for in case of, in fact, every day, 24 hours, government is to protect our life and property through the people that are in charge of our internal security. Then occasionally be supported by the military if need be. So, Choma, I think we just need to sit down and actually ask ourselves the appropriate question. Does it mean that there are a lot of questions that need to be asked? There are a lot of questions that need to be asked. Let the commission, the IGP come out and say, this is what I need for me to actually function as the author and finisher of internal security, Nigeria's challenge of internal security. Then let beg the president, beg the government to now provide it for them. Let them now wait.
All right then. 0803-692-9933. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location, please?
My name is Chikan.
Welcome to the conversation. Go ahead, please.
So I want to talk about Nnamdi. I want to tell that union, let them know what they do. Because if anything eventually happens to Nnamdi, or at least they allow all these herdsmen to come to do anything, cheer any blood they get. You want what they did.
Hello, are you there? Hello? All right, give me a call back. I want to hear from you. Nnamdi Kanu, bleed, poor country. The infested hands that pulled the chain stretched beyond the elastic point, but we trudged on. Your bruised legs, the sights that draw us to freedom. The fingers that pull the triggers, now decorated with the rings of heroes. The messengers of justice nailed to the village tree. Certainly, the blood of few will liberate millions penned for execution. Sam Okwa, poet from Dokbemu, Lagos. Thank you so much. Tinubu Kabiru, Sokoto and Sunday Igboho was all discharged and only Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment. The federal government lacks wisdom and shot itself on the leg. Jerry from Ikeja. Good evening, Chioma, and to the guests. Honestly, I pity that Samuel guy from Taraba. As he was analyzing on Taraba incident, I was just feeling so bad and almost crying. I pray God console his family. Monarch from Shomolu. Good evening, VOP. All right, good evening to you as well. As Buhari government was, the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, was so active in pushing narratives. I just remember that there is that office now. Potter's Vibe from Alakuko. I do not believe it's the primary responsibility of police to fight terrorism. If America is coming to help us, are they coming with their police? Adegoke from Agege, Lagos. Greetings, VOP family. Nigeria is not one. If we say we are one, in 2014, APC party... when you check out when Nnamdi Kanu is taking the way he's talking, you will agree with me, Mr. Common Sense. Thank you. Even Kanu people want it this way. Southeast governors that are defecting to the APC for their own interest. They are Judas within. All right, from His Royal Highness, BC Nwoko in Oshodi. Good evening, Chioma. It is so unfortunate and sad the way the federal government is pampering and playing ostrich over the terrorists and his activities. It's so shameful. APC government is focusing on 2027 elections while the citizens are being massacred every day. If nothing urgent is being done to stop the terrorists, it may get worse to the extent that there may not be a safer place for Nigerians. As for Nnamdi Kanu, the whole world is watching and following proceedings. So unfortunate that real terrorists are being set free while the government are pursuing shadow. Have a blessed night. Have a blessed night to you as well, His Royal Highness. Good evening, evening, Chama. For those facing the killing, I think Juju is the first answer. I'm Joel Saint. All right. Is prison an Uber service where you tell the driver where to go? So what's all the propaganda about? A secret movement to a prison in Sokoto. Were they expecting he'll be moved to a prison near his house or to an amusement park? I just don't get the reason for all this myopic narrative. Kanu's arrogance caught up with him, thinking he can insult his way to justice. The judge gave him enough time, advised him repeatedly to put up his defense, but he refused. Anyone saying the judge read a written script is only expressing ignorance and bias when things don't go their way. How about victims of his incitement by criminals enforcing sit at home? In the same Southeast, criminals flogged people for coming out on Monday. Same Southeast, some cheered on non-government in public. They will ignore all this because of sentiment to justify one criminal act over the other. Tay. All right, Tay, thank you for your message. Good evening, Chama. APC government is busy debunking the truth revealed by the U.S. cannot look for a reasonable solution. How come the U.S. Senate talk intensively about our insecurity issues and our so-called Senate? All we hear from them is defection at 2027. I am pissed. Wills from Okoko. Good evening to everyone in the house. It's very regrettable that the killings most times are being downplayed. We know of what the Niger Delta guys want. The question now is, what do these terrorists want? We already know what the killer headsmen want, which is land. But Boko Haram and bandits, what do they want? What is America still doing till now? Seeing the great rise in the killings after Trump annoyed the terrorists, according to our government. Imagine our government officials saying Trump made the issue worse. Imagine a 2-star general being killed and nothing is being done. Remember Delta State incident and how the military raised the town after some of their own was killed. The message is from Sean. Good evening, Chama. Tell Tinubu to act fast. All right. Good evening, Chama. God will take control on Nnamdi Kanu's issue. I'm not happy at all. The man has his own family now. This is just in this country. I'm always afraid of our new generation coming. Ayonwale Kehinde Hussein Bababeji anywhere from Oshodi. So where you give me all your Ricky like this. Good evening, Chama. I'm very disappointed on the judges. They should release Nnamdi Kanu for us. Alex from Ikotun. Police will say they carry food for politicians. Now them won't do internal security. Now wow. Tony from Ejigbo says good evening, Chama. Bonsoir, Chama. I'm Engineer Orji from Benin Republic. Chama, you like to read the message that's against Nnamdi Kanu, but any message against Nigeria, you don't read it. I'm sorry for you. May God Almighty continue protecting you, Prophet Basil Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you, Engineer Orji. No, it's more than every day when they accuse Choma. We don't want to know. We don't want to know. Oh. Hi, VOPFM. I'm Roosevelt at the buyer from Apapa. I'm wondered by the number of sophisticated weapons handled by the non-state actors in Nigeria. Could it be that Russia is involved, providing them with sophisticated weapons to disrupt Nigeria? Most of the non-state actors came from Niger Republic. Is a worry that the fight is not only sponsored by evil people in Nigeria politics and also some foreign actors. Remember the Niger Republic coup. Thank you. Thank you for your message. God bless. Okay. Good evening, Leo from Lagos. All right. As for Nnamdi Kanu, he's too unruly. Insulting a court judge in court session can deny him freedom permanently. Tell me which judge will even agree to subject himself to insult at appeal court. He has not started suffering. Chiedu from Ogun State. All right. 0803-692-9933. Welcome to the evening rush. Welcome to my location. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Tanya Adona.
Okay. Where are you coming from? Welcome.
I want to talk about Nnamdi Kanu matter. But me, I'm not happy about the Sowore thing that the Nigerian government is doing. And another one about the bandit. I will sincerely tell you, I'm telling you, I'm born and brought up in Islamic school. I can remember when I was a child, like 5, 6 years, when our mother was teaching us, he said that a time is coming when such things will be happening. That we that will not support it, will be killed in terms of this Boko Haram issue. I'm telling you, that one is agenda that has been planned overseas in terms of end time. I can relate it to Bible. It's end time. We are into end time now. It's God that will help this nation. Thank you.
Thank you for your call and good evening to you as well. 0803-692-9933. I'm trying to take as many messages as I can today. All right. Welcome to the evening rush. What's the notification? Turn off your radio set and give me a call back. Please turn off your radio set before you call. On YouTube, Chikezie Nwodo says, how can a judge convict somebody for murder case terrorism without complainant or witness victims to testify against him in court? Hussaini Ismaila is notorious ISWAP leader that has slaughtered thousands of Nigerians. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison only. Nnamdi Kanu only made comments on social media but sentenced to life. Stephen Chibuzo says, okay, Vico, the APC party is a curse. Vico799 says, zero response from the GOC today about the sad killing. He was begging terrorists to repent and join the army. One Dima, all right, okay. John Wake says, nobody should panic. MNK is coming out shortly. We're talking of global man who is sent by the Almighty. Alrighty, let me see. Please send your messages on WhatsApp 0817-175-6338. Quadri Suleiman says, they said Mandela's glory came after 27 years behind bars. Kanu wants to be Mandela, so he spent 4 years. He still has 23 more years to go. Okay, Chuku Kalu says, see what? Grab it, snatch it, and run away with it have brought upon us. Emeka Ikuma says, whatever happened to Nnamdi Kanu is caused by Igbo leaders. Chikezenwodo says, Nnamdi Kanu matter may cost Nigeria if not carefully handled. All right. Chikezenwodo, you said I dressed like your mother today. No be smarting. Send your messages on WhatsApp, please. 0817-175-6338. Good evening, Chairman. My name is Chikezenwodo from Apapa. How can Justice Omotosho convict Nnamdi Kanu for murder and terrorism without complainants? All right. Thank you for your message, Chikezenwodo. Hello, Chairman. I saw Nnamdi Kanu carry lots of books as if he's a professor of law. Court is not a place you will show your intelligence, as if you know more than everyone. Nnamdi Kanu too shoots himself by not allowing his lawyer counsel to speak for him. Yesterday, I know say na only mouth Igbo people get. Everybody selling their market, Alaba International, Ladipo Market, spare parts. Now, wow, are they from Lagos? Are they? What did you want them to do? You wanted them to start protesting from the market or what? Or you wanted them to shut down the market? What do you want them to do? Good evening, Chairman. So sad that Igbo leaders have betrayed Nnamdi. You can see what happens yesterday, and our leaders can't afford anything about the issues. Chairman, can you see that our people are descendants of Judaism? But the Lord is watching. I'm ready to pay for his debt with my life if he can be released and let me in. Good evening, Chairman. A right-thinking Nigerian should not be surprised about the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu. It wasn't unexpected. A trial full of sentiment and prejudice with a prefabricated judgment. It is almost similar to that of late Chief Obafemi Awolowo in 1962. However, posterity will judge. Engineer Salau from Governor Road, Ikotun. A lot of Islamic terrorist organizations around the world, Al-Shabaab, Al-Murabitun, Al-Qaeda, Hamas, Palestinian Islamic Jihad, Popular Front for Liberation, Hezbollah, Ansar al-Sharia, and a lot. All right. You actually listed them by the numbers to 143. Good evening once more, Chairman, Mr. Joseph. Someone asked what's the difference. Nnamdi Kanu was sentenced to life imprisonment. 25 years to life. Life imprisonment means the person's life is sentenced. The body will be released to his or family whenever death happens while in jail. While 5 years, 10 years, 20 years imprisonment means the person's life and death is sentenced. In case death comes within the 5, 10, 20 years, the entire jail term must be served in prison custody. A prison cemetery in case death happens within the jail term of 5, 10, 20 years before the body is exhumed and released to the family. Architect Olaleko Enijaye. Greetings, Chairman, Mr. Joseph and VAP family. Help me tell government spokesperson that terrorists are not only targeting soft targets, our uniform men are getting killed every day. Amechi from Mafoluko. Good evening, Chairman. Honestly, I'm scared for our country, Nigeria in general. Citizens are now being trapped in their communities. They can't go out. They can't travel. Good evening, Chairman. The Nigerian military should be pros. 99% of those in the military college are Fulanis. That message is from MI. My name is Kingsley. There is no point in too much grammar. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu for justice is of God and not of humans. All right. Mr. Joseph, you are 99% wrong concerning the military. I attended Command Day Secondary School or Job Barracks. I was taught that the primary duty of a military personnel is to defend the citizens in distress from both internal and external threat. Divine from Dokbemu. Good evening, Chairman. Nnamdi Kanu has the right to appeal, and why in a haste to relocate an agitator? The judge that ordered his confined to be in a strict prison because of Nnamdi's behavior, but forgot that someone confined for a very long time in solitary prison ought to have sanity problems. I see that the judge has a long prepared script. From Ken in Lagos. Sister Chioma, if the federal government let them take Nnamdi Kanu to Sambisa prison. If anything happened to him, that will be the time the whole story will change. Godson from Sowore. Good evening, Chioma. When all the judges judging Nnamdi Kanu were all Yorubas, what do you expect? All right. Well, I don't think that's the case. Good evening, Chairman, Mr. Joseph. If repentant terrorists are being reintegrated back into the society and into the Nigerian army without being charged to court, why is Nnamdi Kanu not given the same treatment? Nobody from somewhere. Emmanuel Chukudi, if anything happens to Nnamdi Kanu, we'll see the other side. No be small thing. Chairman, I want to ask a question. Are we still one Nigeria? Ayonwale Kende, Hussein Baba Beji, Enire from Oshodi. Abi, is this Enire? from Oshodi. All right, thank you for your messages. Good evening, Chama. Late Buhari is smarter than Tinubu. He smartly avoided Nnamdi Kanu and the removal of subsidy. That was the trap that Buhari set for Tinubu, and Tinubu falls for it. All we know is that Tinubu jailed Nnamdi Kanu, not Buhari. Good evening to you, Chama, and your guest. What is happening to Nnamdi Kanu is a pathway to fulfill his destiny, just like the Bible Joseph of the Old. I am Amonyeze from Igondo, Lagos. All right, let's take about one more call or two more calls before we go, because I know I haven't really taken a lot of calls today. Welcome to the Evening Rush. What's your name and location?
Good evening.
Good evening to you. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
I'm very well, thank you.
Greet your guest over there. I must complete with you that even if you are our president tomorrow, it's only God that knows what you will do. Look at the way you just changed the thought of the program, message before calls. Do you know, I know how many times I have called, even though the method has not been like this before. It was called for the message.
We couldn't take any messages, and I didn't want that to repeat itself today. And that's why, so that everybody can get to have their own say. But let's hear from you, please.
Okay, nevertheless, I agree to your guests over there. Barrister Dality and Mr. agree them. See, seriously, Chairman, we are ready to in this country. So, Barrister Dality has taught me a lot, even me, I'm not think ahead. You can see what they bring out. They are telling you that now they are looking for 100,000 soldiers. For 100,000 soldiers now, these people they want to create the same state. From there, they want to settle bandits. You can see that this nation, we are heading to, I mean, those three combined things, if they mistakenly enter 2027, and they carry out what they want to do now, Chairman, you will not be in this country again. If you take my own thoughts. I agree to everybody over there. Seriously, thank you.
Thank you for your call. I do appreciate you. All right, let's take a few more calls before we go. 0803-692-9933 or 0817-175-6338 for WhatsApp calls. 0817-175-6338 for WhatsApp calls. Hello? Hello, are you there?
Hello.
Are you there?
Yeah, good evening, Chairman.
Good evening to you. What's your name and location, please?
Yes. My name is Boyesen and I'm calling from Afro-Media.
Welcome to the conversation.
Good evening to your guest as well, Mr. Afro Shabi.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, my dear brother.
Yeah.
You've spoken well. Even Mr. Samuel, who spoke before you, who we are listening to, you have said everything the way it is. The truth about it, I've always said it. This government is not truthful at all. They are not transparent. They only believe in propaganda, and that's just the truth. At least you can attest this through what the other guy, Mr. Samuel said. This government does not want to say the truth. All they are after is just 2027. Everything is politics. Even those the president surrounded himself with, the people he surrounded himself with, they are not telling him the truth. People like Bayo Nanoga, Dana Buala, and all of that, they're just deceiving him. And it doesn't go well for this country. How did we even get here? Everything is just in shambles. You can't talk of good, the judiciary, you can't talk good about them. The legislators, you can't talk good about them. Is it the police? Is it because everybody is just compromised? For selfish reasons, just selfish reasons. Even those ones who are now decamping from PDP to APC, it's just for selfish reasons, not for the good of this country. And we all know this. Let them continue, but I know that one day it will not continue like that.
Thank you for your call. We do appreciate you. Madam Chairman Innocent, you read just two lines of my message. No vex, we need to go. Mr. Valegwas, no vex, I beg. Okay, good evening, Chairman Innocent and Mr. Joseph. I'm scared for our country. Imagine the length at which this insecurity has got into. Citizens are now being trapped in their communities. They can't go out, they can't travel. It's eating deep into the southwest. The government are not ready to put a stop to this menace. I hope the U.S. will expedite their helping hands to our helpless Nigerian citizens. Stephen Pride from Satellite Town. Good evening, Chairman. Nigeria is becoming a joke because the insecurity is really high. Nnamdi Kanu messed up by sacking the lawyers and speaking to the judge in an insulting manner. However, life sentence the no for him. Let there be a political solution to this matter and getting Nnamdi Kanu free. I'll do from cement. Mr. Joseph, let's get your concluding thoughts on this situation.
Okay, with all the challenging that we are having in Nigeria, one, I don't want us to only make a mistake and say God will help us. God have helped us enough, more than enough. So we should use our brain and fix what we need to fix, because it's not only us that God created in this world. Other countries have challenges and they sit down and address their issue. And I do tell people, don't allow anybody to ask you and say, okay, let us meet in a place and pray for Nigeria. You don't need, God have already, everything that Nigeria needs, God have already bestowed it on us. What we need to do for us to sit down and use our brain. And that is where God will now start appreciating. China have a lot of problems, but they are sitting down, using their brain, using their hand, using the skill that God have given to them. So it become like deception, that what we're supposed to do with our hand, with our brain, then we now say God will come down from heaven. God is so busy. And I don't think God is interested in if what we can do within our power, and we are waiting for him. God will just continue. Then waiting for America, United Nations, they have never helped any country. So for me, it is time for us to sit down and speak truth to ourselves and say, oh, enough is enough. Those guys that are in the bush, sending military to them is, I think we are just overestimated them. Empower the Nigeria mobile police, this mobile police you are saying, empower them, encourage them, and tell them to go to those bush, whether in Zamfara, whether in Benue, whether in Niger State, whether in Kebbi. Give them within a week, they will put them on where they're supposed to be, because they don't deserve being with us here. For you to be killing innocent people, for you to be adopting students that are supposed to go to a place where they will be learning, so that tomorrow they become one of the great leaders in the world, not only in Nigeria, and you are disturbing them. So I want to appeal to every one of us. Let's sit down and use our brain. God have already given us everything that we need in this country for us to be one of the best countries so far in the world. Choma, this is how we end my own submission today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Joseph Olonsho. I really, really, really appreciate you for joining us on the Evening Rush today. Good evening, Shama Innocent, and the guest Nnamdi Kanu has been transferred to Sokoto. From there, he may face his freedom. Mr. Ogumbi from Idimu, thank you so much. Good evening to you, Chama, and your guest. I always laugh anytime your guest said that terrorist attack on the nation is for police to handle. Let me remind him that we are not talking about just kidnapping. We're talking about terrorists who comes in with sophisticated weapons, such as bomb and even ammo tank. That's security you want Nigeria police to tackle? Well done, no. All right. The guests don't talk their own, no. And you, Seth, you don't talk your own, so... I appreciate your calls. I appreciate your messages. Thank you for being a part of the show this evening. And on that note, we are coming close to the end of the Evening Rush this evening. Thank you for your comments on YouTube as well. This was say Chomasi has refreshed. I got the Duamo. Thank you so much. All right, I have wonderful information for you this evening, and actually, this information will be coming in the next 30 seconds, and it's coming from Pastor Henry, and he has a very important information to share with you this evening. All right, I have Pastor Henry right here, and he has a very important information that we'll be sharing with you, actually, to let you know what you need to do, what you need to know in order to make your life better. How are you doing today, Pastor Henry? Good evening to you.
I'm doing great. And you?
I'm very well, thank you. So tell us what you have for us this evening.
Yes, I'm here today to inform Nigerians once again, and all those who are listening to us across the globe, because I'm surprised that it's running across the globe. Now, tomorrow we'll be having a training program, and this program is going to take place on basically what we're teaching tomorrow, what we're training tomorrow is to show people how they can make money while they are sleeping with their phone, through their phone. Their phone will be making money for them even while they are sleeping. That's what we'll be training people tomorrow, those who will be able to make it on physical meeting.
All right. So
And
what's the name of your organization?
we are Hencover International Limited.
Okay.
Yes.
Hencover International Limited.
Yes.
What is Hencover really into? For those who have not heard about it before, you say you train people on how to make money. On what aspect? You say people can make money with their phones.
Yes, through the blockchain. We're teaching Nigerians on how to make money on the blockchain through their phones, the gadgets everybody has available with us. But a number of people don't have that knowledge. And the world has changed greatly. But a lot of people don't know that your phone is a bank to you. It's an ATM. You can make that an ATM to you. But if you don't have the knowledge, you just using it to do Facebook and all this watching films. But you don't know that you can make money with your phone. That's what we're doing.
All right, then. For those who don't know what blockchain is, what is blockchain?
Blockchain is an open ledger, a register, just like what you have in the hospital. You know, at the back of the nurses, you have long, big files. Those files there, they are blockchain. That's where they refer to get record of the people. But that one can be manipulated. That one can be bought. That one can be burnt by fire. But what we're having on the blockchain is a software. You can't tamper with it. You can't change the record, but you can change records in the bank. We have a number of them doing all that. But blockchain is the most secured system that humanity has invented ever since the creation of man. So we're doing it tomorrow. We're having 2 sections. The first section is coming up by 10 a.m. and the second section is coming up by 2 p.m. Now, our online audience will be meeting them as well, but the physical meeting will be sending them details of where and when, and details of the meeting will be sent later on for those who are coming physically. But the online people will meet them as well online, virtually. Those who are interested in this meeting, in this training, will just send a message to the number I'm going to give. Now, they will say, I am interested. I am interested to the following WhatsApp number, 091 262, that's 091 62 49 2444. 091 62 49 2444. Yes, that's the WhatsApp number. Please, we don't want text messages. Send us WhatsApp. Send up WhatsApp messages, please. Don't do. And when you are coming, just come with your writing material, a biro and a paper, so that you can jot down some of the what they're teaching. Yes.
All right then. So where do you say the training is taking place again?
It's taking place in Ikeja. I'm going to send them the details.
Okay, so anyone who's interested, what do they need to do again?
Just send me, I am interested, to this 091 62 49 2444.
Let's have the phone number again.
The number is 091 62 49 2444.
All right. So anyone interested can send a WhatsApp message.
Only WhatsApp message.
Saying I'm interested. And then you send them the address.
The address and details.
All right. Then thank you so much
for
coming.
Having me.
We do appreciate you. All right. And on that note, it's time for us to go. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. It's always a pleasure whenever, we get to have these conversations. I really, really, really appreciate you. Now, I know that the state of the nation has put quite a number of people in a particular mental situation they are not happy about. We wake up every day to bad news. We wake up every day to news of abductions, and everybody, quite a number of people, quite a number of us are scared. More than ever, we are realizing that we are not insulated from the attacks, because it seems that it's happening in the north or in the southwest or in different regions. Now we know that it concerns us more than ever, and so whatever it is, you can do, like I told you in the beginning, do it. If we cannot lose hope, we cannot lose hope. And while we continue to pray and try to be security conscious, we have to keep holding our government accountable. Use your voice, use your platform to hold the government accountable. All right. Thank you for being a part of the program. You can find us on all social media platforms at VOP903FM, at VOP903FM. And you can find me on Instagram, on Twitter at _the radio girl, at _the radio girl. And if you want to take it a step further, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's the Radio Girl News channel, the Radio Girl News channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. I do appreciate you. Today is Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Try come out, even if now 1,000 naira. Buy something nice for yourself. Make you chop, make you be happy. Evening Rush will make a return on Monday. Enjoy your weekend and do everything that you can to make Nigeria better in your own little corner of the world. Have a good evening.